Every empire begins with scraps. Claude in GTA 3 is the clearest example. His journey starts in blood, shot and betrayed by Catalina during a bank heist, left for dead, and chained to a prison transport. But fate intervenes when Colombian cartel gunmen ambush the convoy, and Claude escapes into Liberty City with nothing but silence and rage. With no allies and no voice, he claws his way upward by jacking cars, running errands, and doing the Leone family's dirty work. Jobs for Joey Leone, Luigi Godarelli, and Marty Chonks define his earliest grind, the rawest form of survival. Franklin Clinton in GTA 5 also belongs here. When we first meet him, Franklin is repoing cars for crooked dealer Simeon Yetarian, rolling through South Los Santos with Lamar looking for easy scores. Missions like repossession and complications show the limits of his world. Small cash, bigger risks, and a nagging desire to break free. Franklin doesn't dream of ruling Los Santos. He just wants out of the cycle of poverty. Even Huang Li in GTA Chinatown Wars fits this tier. Though he comes from wealth, his story begins stripped of everything. Ambushed in Liberty City, his father's sword stolen, forced to do courier runs and gang jobs to survive. The street hustler tier is the bottom rung of GTA. These are the protagonists who start with no reputation, no power, and no safety net. They're faceless in cities that devour the weak, but it's their grind at the very bottom that makes every higher level possible. Not every protagonist wants power. Some just serve it. Victor Vance in GTA Vice City Stories is a tragic example. A disciplined soldier in the US Army, Victor wants stability and money to care for his younger brother Pete, who's chronically ill. When his corrupt superior, Sergeant Jerry Martinez, forces him into the drug trade, Victor becomes trapped. He isn't chasing an empire. He's dragged into it, fighting gang wars and dirty deals just to survive. Missions like cleaning house and conduct unbecoming show how Martinez manipulates Victor, and when Victor is dishonorably discharged.
Drugs, whores, you're out of here, soldier! You're a disgrace!
He has no choice but to work for mobsters, drug lords, and corrupt businessmen. His story is about sacrifice, a man pushed into crime by duty to family. Toni Cipriani in GTA Liberty City Stories represents the opposite kind of soldier. Toni isn't reluctant. He's loyal to the bone. As a trusted capo in the Leone family, Toni fights the wars of Liberty City. He torches Triad Turf, executes rivals like Joseph Daniel O'Toole, and leads assaults against the Sindacos and Forellis. Missions such as driving Mr. Leone and Sayonara Sindacos highlight his role as Salvatore Leone's enforcer. Toni doesn't question orders. He carries them out with bloody efficiency, carving his name in the underworld not as a king, but as the Dawn's sharpest blade. The soldier tier defines GTA protagonists who don't yet control their world. They live by hierarchy, bleed for bosses, and follow orders into chaos. Their story reminds us, in GTA, loyalty isn't rewarded, it's weaponized. Some protagonists never ask for the life found them. Niko Bellic is the clearest example. When he sails into Liberty City in GTA 4, he claims he's chasing the American dream with his cousin Roman. But the truth is darker. Niko is escaping the scars of the Yugoslav wars and hunting the traitor who sold out his unit. His dream is peace, yet his reality is blood. From repo jobs with Vlad Glebov to killings for the McCreary family and Ray Bocchino, Niko is pulled deeper into crime, no matter how hard he resists. His past ensures he can never truly be free. Johnny Klebitz in The Lost and Damned carries a similar burden. As vice president of the Lost MC, Johnny isn't trying to build an empire. He's trying to keep the Brotherhood alive, while its president, Billy Gray, self-destructs. Billy's reckless leadership drags Johnny into wars with the Angels of Death, corrupt deals with Elizabeta Torres, and betrayals within his own club. Missions like Blow Your Cover and This Shit's Cursed show Johnny's efforts to protect his crew. But by the end, the Lost is shattered, and Johnny is left clinging to ashes. Even Victor Vance in Vice City Stories can be seen as an outsider in part. Unlike Toni, Victor never wanted the criminal world. He was forced into it by loyalty to family. Outsiders prove a cruel truth about GTA. No matter your motives, whether it's running from war or holding on to family, the streets always pull you under. Some protagonists don't settle for scraps. They climb until the city knows their name. Carl C.J. Johnson in San Andreas is the definition of an ambitious climber. He comes home to bury his mother, only to find Grove Street families torn apart by drugs, betrayal, and Bala's control. At first, CJ is just trying to hold his family together, but his ambition grows. He takes over crack houses, wins turf wars, and builds businesses across San Andreas. Missions like Doberman and Cleaning the Hood show CJ cleaning up the streets, while End of the Line proves how far he's climbed, storming Big Smoke's fortress to reclaim everything that was stolen. By the end, CJ's no longer a neighborhood gangster. He's a man with casinos, nightclubs, and statewide influence. Luis Lopez in The Ballad of Gay Tony is another climber. Starting as the bodyguard for Anthony Gay Tony Prince, Luis fights off biker gangs, drug lords, and corrupt politicians, all while keeping Liberty City's nightclub empire afloat. Missions such as Chinese Takeout and Ladies' Night showcase Luis holding the line against enemies that would crush Tony. By the finale, Luis isn't just protecting Tony, he's running the city's nightlife himself, stepping out of the shadows. Even Claude in GTA 3 fits this tier by the end of the story. Though he starts as a hustler, his silence and ruthlessness let him rise from errand boy to the man who takes down the cartel and even kills Catalina. The climbers remind us, in GTA, ambition isn't a dream, it's a weapon. Some protagonists don't crave crime. Crime won't let them go. Michael DeSanta in GTA 5 is the perfect example. He's the only GTA protagonist who starts retired, living in witness protection after betraying Trevor and Brad during the Ludendorff heist. Michael has a mansion, money, and a family, but boredom eats away at him. When Franklin breaks into his home during complications, Michael seizes the chance to relive the thrill. Soon he's back in action, robbing jewelry stores, battling the FIB, and reigniting old grudges. Michael doesn't want empire or blood. He wants meaning, but crime drags him back anyway. Tommy Vercetti in GTA Vice City also begins reluctantly. After 15 years in prison for the Forellis, he just wants to do a simple drug deal in Vice City. But when the deal goes bad, ambushed by Ricardo Diaz's men, Tommy is left with nothing but questions. At first, he's scrambling to repay Sonny Forelli, but step by step, Tommy becomes Vice City's kingpin. He didn't come looking to rule, but betrayal forces his hand. Missions like Death Row and Keep Your Friends Close show Tommy evolving from survivor to ruthless leader. Even Victor Vance embodies this tier in part. He doesn't want criminal power, but his brother's illness and Martinez's corruption force him into choices he never wanted. The reluctant criminal tier shows Rockstar's sharpest irony. In GTA, the characters who try to escape crime are the ones who get buried deepest in it. Most protagonists play the game. These ones break it. Trevor Philips in GTA 5 is chaos incarnate. He doesn't want wealth, order, or even loyalty. He wants carnage. First introduced during Mr. Phillips, Trevor stomps onto the stage by murdering Johnny Klebitz in the desert, instantly proving he's a storm that tears through anything in his path. From hijacking trains in Derailed to torching the O'Neill brothers' farm in Crystal Maze, Trevor's story is a parade of destruction. He's a meth dealer, a sadist, and a self-proclaimed king of Blaine County, answering to no one. Trevor doesn't climb a ladder, he blows it apart. In GTA Online, the player-created protagonist also fits this level. From the moment they arrive at Los Santos International Airport, they're portrayed as an unstoppable criminal force, mowing down security firms, mercenaries, and even armies for contracts. Heists like the Pacific Standard Job and the Cayo Perico heist show the online protagonist as a figure capable of feats no single-player character can match. They're not bound by morality, loyalty, or limits. Even Claude at the peak of GTA 3 could be read as part of this tier. His silence, ruthlessness, and willingness to kill Catalina herself mark him as more machine than man, a force Liberty City learns to fear. The unstoppable force tier proves Rockstar's darkest theme. Once someone lets go of humanity, they're not criminals anymore. They're something far more dangerous. At the top of GTA's ladder are the names that never fade. The ones who don't just survive, they define their cities. Carl C.J. Johnson ends San Andreas not as a gangbanger, but as a king. After storming Big Smoke's fortress and defeating Officer Tenpenny in End of the Line, CJ has reclaimed Grove Street. But more than that, he controls a casino in Las Venturas, multiple businesses across the state, and wields influence far beyond Los Santos. From the hood to the strip, CJ proves that ambition can turn a street hustler into a legend. Tommy Vercetti in Vice City embodies the same tier. Sent to Florida as an errand boy for the Ferrelli family, Tommy loses the deal, hunts down Ricardo Diaz, and takes over his empire. By the finale, Keep Your Friends Close, Tommy kills Sonny Ferrelli himself and rules Vice City as its undisputed kingpin. He's one of the few GTA protagonists who end at the absolute top. No betrayal, no downfall, just power. Niko Bellic, while different, also belongs here. Though he never sought empire, by the end of GTA 4, he's feared across Liberty City. Depending on player choices, Niko either loses Kate McCreary or Roman Bellic. But in both paths, he emerges as a myth, the war veteran who carved his name in blood and silence. He may not own the city, but the city will never forget him. The criminal legend tier is the summit of Rockstar's design. These protagonists prove that in GTA, you don't need a crown to be a king. Your actions alone etch you into criminal history. Every GTA hero starts as a nobody and fights to become unforgettable. Their stories are built on violence, backstabbing, and survival. But here's what they all prove. In this franchise, crime isn't just about controlling territory. It's about making your mark on history itself. These 7 levels show exactly how Rockstar builds its criminal masterpiece. Let us know what you think below, and subscribe for more.